What the? Huh? That's weird. I swear I've seen this before. Am I soul traveling again? I gotta get back now! But how? Which way do I go? Ah! Who? Ah! Wait! I can't hear you! Ah!
Hey, are you alright, kid?
Well, so that's Taro's brain, is it?
We did a CT the day he arrived, but it turned out that he didn't have any damage to his brain after all, so it really wasn't necessary.
Ah, but you took an MRI as well. Wouldn't it have more detailed information?
You said your name was Dr. Hirata? Even though you work at a school in Tokyo, you commute all the way out here just to counsel this one little boy? How admirable that you care so much for your patients.
Well, that aside, did you find anything unusual in the scans?
As I said, he sustained no damage.
That's not what I meant. I'm more concerned about his prior condition.
What are you getting at?
Well, Taro lived through a highly unusual experience as a small child. And now, possibly as a result of that, he has OBEs. Or a form of astral projection, if you prefer.
You know, during my overseas training, while I was in Canada, I worked as an assistant to Dr. Miles Passenger.
Really? Then tell me, Doctor, were you able to meet with God?
It was a hell of a trip, I'll tell you that.
Yeah? Oh, hey, Dad.
I brought this for you.
I appreciate it. They'll probably release me the day after tomorrow.
That's good.
Where's Mom?
She's feeling a bit under the weather today, so she's resting. Really, it's nothing to get worked up about. You need to take it easy, remember? By the way, did Dr. Hirata leave already?
Huh? My counselor, you mean? I haven't seen him.
That's strange. They said he was coming.
Huh? What? Did I fall through some kind of time warp? Talk about old school.
I'm in the hospital right now, so I figured I could get as much sleep as I wanted. But for some reason, ever since I came here, I haven't been able to soul travel at all. I wonder if maybe I had another near-death experience or something. I wonder who that weird person I saw was.
Yo!
Masayuki!
Hey, what's up with the guilty expression? You haven't been doing something bad, have you? Anyway, I brought you a present. Figured you must be bored.
Wow, this is awesome! Anyway, they said I'll be able to go home in 2 days.
Well, that's good to hear. Does it hurt?
Just a bit.
Kumada's an interesting place, huh? Maybe I'll go on a boat ride next time.
Masayuki, have you soul traveled lately?
Yeah, was yesterday, actually. All of a sudden, this creepy spirit thing started chasing me around.
Really? That sucks.
Ah, I see another friend came to visit. So popular.
Not really.
Good afternoon, Taro. I hear you took quite a spill. But Dr. Otori assured me that despite how it looks, you weren't seriously injured.
Your CT and MRI scans were perfectly normal. You were very lucky, Taro. So, would you like to look at your brain?
Yes, please.
Come on then. I'll show you.
Me too! It's okay, right? Awesome! Is that for real?
We took this CT 2 days ago. Basically, it's like a 3D X-ray that lets you see inside the brain. Fortunately, you flung your arms up to protect your head when you fell, so there was no damage to the skull.
Good thing you didn't damage your prefrontal cortex. That could have led to a whole host of different problems. When you fell, you hit your head just above the eyes, right? Damage to the visual nerves can sometimes cause strange hallucinations. It can also lead to a condition called CBS, or Charles Bonnet syndrome.
Well informed, aren't you?
Hallucinations? Like what?
Like strange and unfamiliar faces, or perhaps little green men. All sorts of odd creatures. It varies from case to case. In fact, we suspect that people who claim to have had encounters with ghosts or aliens might actually have suffered hallucinations due to brain damage.
That go for spirits, too?
This hospital CT scanner is cutting edge. Here, take a look at what it can do.
Awesome! It's CG, huh? The textures are kinda low res, though. Funny.
Oh, well, it's no game. This is Broca's area, and over here is Wernicke's area. These parts of the brain govern language.
Cortical homunculus.
You really know your stuff. Now, our motor and sensory abilities are based in the neocortex. The cortical homunculus represents the part known as the primary motor cortex. Of course, the idea of a little man inside our heads is a bit outdated, but we still use the diagram because it's easy to understand.
Wilder Penfield, the man who created that diagram, used electricity to stimulate the temporal lobe in his patients. When doing so, he discovered that he could cause them to recall music and vivid memories of the past. Although his exact methods have not been reproduced, numerous researchers have continued his legacy and made great advances in the same field. One such example is Dr. Passenger, who mentored Dr. Otori in Canada. In his research, he attaches electrodes to your head, much like those bandages, and stimulates portions of your brain with an electric current. The results are impressive indeed. For example, he's discovered a method to reproduce OBEs. Things like near-death experiences, too. But that's not all. He's also simulated encounters with aliens and ghosts, or even God himself.
As exciting as it sounds, I eventually lost interest in that sort of thing. That's when I returned to Japan, and now I'm pursuing my own research.
Oh, I see. Then you're only working at this hospital part-time?
I spend the other half of the week working at Dai Nippon Bio.
With my dad?
What's his name? I might know him.
Nakajima.
Dr. Nakajima's son? Well,
Where in the brain are the memories stored?
well, let's have a look at your MRI. These images were produced with the use of magnetic
Whoa.
fields.
This one looks way more real. It's like we're dissecting his brain.
Here. This little area is called the hippocampus. It almost looks like some sort of little sea creature, doesn't it? At any rate, this area is responsible for storing your short-term and episodic memory.
Ah. So you mean it operates kinda like a cache on a computer?
That's right. And sitting next to the hippocampus is the amygdala. It's the little almond-shaped spot here. It's responsible for our emotions. In particular, feelings such as fear, hatred, or disgust originate in this spot.
Fear and hate.
As you can see, the hippocampus and the amygdala are incredibly close to one another. In other words, the strength of our emotions plays an important role in how our memories are recorded.
I get it. So if we have to memorize formulas for school, if we find some way to get, like, disgusted or scared or whatever, then we'll be able to remember them really easy, right?
Damage to the hippocampus can drastically affect your memory. In some cases, patients have even lost the ability to remember what they were doing only 5 minutes ago. Conversely, damage to the neural pathway between the amygdala and visual nerves can cause delusions. For example, you may believe that your friends or loved ones are not real, that they've been replaced with imposters. This is known as Capgras syndrome. In this case, it's the emotional aspect that hampers your recognition. Others may have delusions that they are already dead. Perhaps they can smell their own flesh rotting or believe that they are actually in hell. It's known as Cotard syndrome and is quite rare.
However, it's important to note that the hippocampus is only responsible for short-term memory. Where then, you ask, is our long-term memory stored? Well, there isn't one specific region. Even with an MRI, we still can't see synapses. I'm sure they taught you in school that synapses are the connections between neurons and the other types of cells, right? Let's see, where is it? Electrical signals travel from neuron to neuron through our synapses. That's how the brain operates. Now, sometimes those signals occur simultaneously and increase in strength. This is called LTP, or long-term potentiation. We believe that similar connections between synapses comprise long-term memory. In other words, long-term memory could be housed anywhere that such connections occur. Aha, here it is. These are the synapses.
So you're saying, when you fell down the other day and you almost died or whatever, you went inside your own brain?
I don't know, but it looked just like those synapses the doctor showed us.
And you said there was a person inside there.
My sister, I think.
Wait a sec. According to what they told us back there, all this freaky paranormal crap probably isn't real at all. It's just a bunch of different stuff happening in our brains. But what about soul traveling? We really did that, didn't we? I mean, come on. That old guy totally saw us, didn't he? And besides, if all that stuff that happened was just in my head, then doesn't that mean you were just in my head too?
No way, don't say that.
You are.
No, you're in my head.
No, you're in mine.
I wouldn't be caught dead in your head. Hey, where's Makoto?
Oh, right. Well, I asked him to come, but...
Home out of the hospital. Go by yourself, asshole.
When he said that, I gave up.
Oh, no, no, no. I wouldn't say that. It's not in the bag yet, not at all. Oh, no, no. Any support you can provide would be greatly appreciated. Huh? Anyway, I'll call you back sometime soon. Yeah, you got it. Bye. Who do you think you are? You can't just barge into my office, kid.
You're the one behind all this? The dam in Dai Nippon Bio? You got anything else you're cooking up?
What's it to you? Actually, for that matter, who the hell are you?
I don't need an answer. It's not like I care what happens to this shitty little backwater town. Still, when I think of you lining your pockets, it kind of pisses me off, you know?
Get the hell out of here, you punk! I've had enough of your lip!
I'll think about it, if you tell me about my dad.
Your dad, huh? And who's that? Some asshole who didn't teach his kid any manners?
Ogami. You knew my dad when you were young, right? My mom, too. You were friends, weren't you? And Komagusu from Kamewa Shrine, too.
You're Okami's son?
I was young when he died, so I hardly remember my dad at all. But after all these years, it's time I finally heard the truth.
I can't deny it. You look just like him.
I just want to know why my dad killed himself, that's all. There's no point in asking my grandmother. That hag will probably take that secret to the grave with her. You've got to tell me the truth. You two were friends, weren't you?
I don't know. I don't know why your dad killed himself. All right? We drifted apart. The two of us. We weren't even friends anymore by the time that happened.
Is that so? I can tell you're hiding something from me. But whatever. Guess that's enough for today.
Bye.
Hey, Taro.
Hi, Kay.
They treating you all right here?
Yeah, I'll be out the day after tomorrow. Sorry you came all this way just to see me.
It's fine. My family lives here in Kamada, remember?
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
But either way, it was worth the trip to find out you're all right. I was real worried, you know?
Is my mom okay?
She's a bit tired, that's all. Nothing to worry about.
I see. I wonder, maybe I can't soul travel anymore after all.
Oh, crap! Ah. Hey, do you know some doctor named Otori?
She works at the lab. Why?
I met her today, at Kumada Hospital.
Oh, I see. You know, if you're satisfied with the grades you're making right now, you'll end up regretting it for the rest of your life.
Is that all you have to say to me?
What was that?
Oh, nothing. After all, you're only in my head. Damn it! 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 Damn it!
Is this a dream or what? I don't get it. Ah! Who's there? Misaka? What? I can't hear you!
Do you want to see your sister?
Of course I do! There's something I still want to ask her!
But your sister is dead.
I know that, but I thought if I can go to the hidden realm, then maybe I can meet with the dead. Can't I? What? Come back! Ah!
Thank you.